Today, we're going to dive into a pretty wild story. It's all about how the places where we share the things we love have been completely transformed, taking us from these quiet, hidden corners straight onto the world stage. So picture this. It's 1988. You're in a bookstore, maybe you're picking up a romance novel, and you get that little flush of shame, kind of hiding the cover from other people. Okay, now fast forward to today, you're scrolling on your phone and you see a creator literally performing their tears over a fictional character for an audience of millions. So what happened? How on earth did we get from that private, almost secret moment of passion to this massive, public performance? What changed? Well, to really get it, we have to rewind the clock. We need to go back to what we can call the pre-algorithmic era. This was a time when community wasn't about getting likes or views. It was about protection. It was like a shield. And that's where this really important idea comes in. Counter-publics. Think of them as these awesome, safe spaces. For groups that were often looked down on by the mainstream, like romance novel readers, these spaces were absolutely essential. It was where they could build their own culture, their own set of values, far away from all that judgment. And, as life moved online, these safe havens did too. Early digital hangouts, a perfect example being Goodreads, they became the new hubs for this counterpublic. It was a place where readers could have these super passionate, totally unfiltered arguments and discussions without feeling like someone was looking over their shoulder. And when I say unfiltered, I mean unfiltered. Just look at this actual review for a novel called Mr. Mayfair. This person holds nothing back, right? Calling the heroine spineless and one of the most pathetic they've ever read about. This just perfectly shows that raw, honest vibe that was thriving in these protected communities. But here's the really crucial part. It wasn't just about trashing things. It was about building a shared understanding. On the very same book page, you have another reviewer who thinks that same character is sassy and real. This is the counterpublic in action. It's a community actively fighting it out, debating and deciding for themselves what makes a good hero, a good story. And then everything changed. We enter a new era, the rise of the algorithm. And this is where we start to see that sense of community get packaged up and turned into a commodity. To understand this, you have to get your head around a term called surveillance capitalism. The basic idea is that all of our experiences, every click, every scroll, every single emotion we show online, it's all captured as free data. And that data is used to build models that can predict what we're going to do next, and even nudge us in certain directions. So on these new platforms, the whole game changes. The main goal isn't just to help people connect anymore. No, the goal is to maximize engagement, to keep your eyes glued to the screen for as long as humanly possible. Your attention is what's being bought and sold. And this focus on engagement can lead to some truly bizarre stuff. This quote here is from a YouTube challenge video. It's an extreme example for sure, but it shows you content that has absolutely nothing to do with building community and everything to do with just baiting the algorithm to get a reaction. So how does this whole engine actually work, right? How does your genuine passion, your love for a story, for a character, get transformed into cold, hard data? It all happens in a feedback loop. First, you're just doing your thing, scrolling, watching, reacting. Second, the platform is quietly collecting what's called behavioral surplus. That's all the extra data it doesn't really need to work, like how long your cursor hovers over a picture. Third, the algorithms take all that data and build this spookily accurate model of you. And finally, predictions about what you'll do are sold. And what you end up with is a system that learns to read you with the same kind of focus and attention that you give to your favorite books. It's not just tracking what you like anymore. It's learning the very shape of your desires. So that For You page that just feels so perfect, like it's reading your mind, it's not magic. And let's be clear, it's not really a service for you. It is a product, a carefully calculated product, built from the raw material of your own private passions. All of this brings us to a huge paradox at the heart of our modern digital lives, and it's what we could call the price of legitimacy. Because, look, let's be real, there has been a massive upside to all of this. Those communities that used to be on the margins, they now have incredible cultural power. They can turn a book into a global bestseller overnight. They are absolutely not hiding in the back of the bookstore anymore. But here's the trade-off, and this chart lays it out perfectly.
Back in the day, these communities had tons of autonomy. They made their own rules, decided their own values, but they had almost no influence on the mainstream. Now, the whole thing is flipped. They have huge cultural influence, but they've lost a lot of that autonomy along the way.
And that power comes at a real cost. The very thing that made these communities so special, so powerful in the first place, that authentic, unfiltered passion, is now their most valuable and most easily extracted vulnerability. So it all leaves us with one big, lingering question. In a world where these platforms are designed to know what you love better than you might know yourself, who's really in control? Is it you, or is it the algorithm that's reading you?